Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. This video is going to be like a recentering of your thinking and even our thinking about uh, being prepared for real and being prepared for what? Just take a look at what's going on in the world, right? The conflicts, especially the war conflicts where you have boots on the ground. I want to specifically talk about, and I've said this before, the weakness of the American people as a culture today, this conglomerate of American people who have no clue on what Israel is going through after the October 11th assault on them. So let me put it in perspective for you, right? Israel is a teeny weeny little country surrounded by Arabs. Every country they're surrounded by attacked them at the same time, not once, not twice, but three times. Right? Little teeny country, 10 million people. That's it that live in the country of Israel. 10 million people. Right? Understand that. They've got zip codes in Los Angeles that have more people than the state of Israel. Okay? Now, October 7th. Now, I'm going to say this, and if y'all get pissed off, I don't give a shit, right? We had 9/11, and for us, that was the biggest thing that happened to us since the War of 1812. I don't even include Pearl Harbor or the stuff that we did in Vietnam or World War II or Korea. That's not the point. The point is that on American soil, we lost 3,000 people dead in the Twin Towers. My thing to you is that ain't shit. That 3,000 people was a drop in the bucket. A drop in the bucket. Right? Now, sorry for the 3,000 deaths. And we had a lot of hoopla about that, and we all got mad. But what did we do? We left the perpetrator in the caves at Tora Bora, could have gotten to Osama bin Laden, but let him escape into Pakistan. We let him go. I don't want to, that's something for another video. But my point is you got 10 million people in a country. 10 million people in a country. And then on October 7th, up to 3,000 bad guys, 3,000 Hamas fighters stormed across the border into Israel and killed 1,800 and then captured and took hostage 200 and some. So call that 2,000. Now, Israel lost their shit as they should have. But why? We look at it, or you look at it, and you don't comprehend that 2,000 people in Israel, that 2,000 people against the 10 million that they have, is the equivalent. If the same kind of thing happened in America, we would lose 70,000 dead in one day. Understand that. Understand that. So until we lose 70,000 people in an attack in one day, we don't have shit to say to Israel. Nothing. Because the impact on their country and their population, right, in proportion to what it would mean to us if we had a similar kind of thing in proportion, we'd lose 70,000 people. So that's the city next door to where I live. The entire city's gone. Gone. Men, women, and children dead in one day. Right? Oh, and there was 3,000 Hamas bad guys that went over and crossed their border. What would be the equivalent attack, boots on the ground, I don't care who, to America? 140,000. So we would get attacked. If it was a ground thing, we would be attacked by 140,000 bad guys. That's what we would be faced with. That would be our equivalent of October 7th. So until we lose 70,000 people in one day, America, just give Israel what they need and shut the fuck up. Stop trying to negotiate with the Arabs. Stop trying to negotiate with anybody. At this point, there should be no negotiation, because I will guarantee you, if somebody killed 70,000 Americans in one day, we would turn them into glass. We would, by the way, we've already done that twice. Nagasaki, Hiroshima. And we need to understand that we'll do it again. And we need to say to Israel, you go, man, you go. You go. Because we didn't lose 70,000. You lost the equivalent of that, and that's the impact on the entire psyche of that country. Still surrounded by people that want to destroy the country. So what would it take? Think about this. This is a thought exercise, right? What would it take in one day to kill 70,000 Americans? Think about that. What would it take? Well, it's not going to be an assault across the southern border, because we don't have the same similar situation that Israel has. They're just surrounded by enemies. But if you really wanted to do this, how could you do it? Well, the only real way is a weapon of mass destruction, either chemical, biological, or nuclear, or all three. And it would have to be delivered not in one place, unless it was really, really bad. But even then, until we have one instant where it takes out 70,000 Americans dead in one day, we don't have shit to say to Israel. Nothing. Not a thing. So, give some thought to that. I'm not going to come up with, all the things. I'd like to hear your comments. But I say this because we need to put ourselves in the mindset of a people who lost what Israel lost. 9/11 to us wasn't shit compared to them, what happened to Israel. We want to feel what Israel feels. Let us lose 70,000 Americans in one day and see what we do, what we would do in that case. So, if you like the content of the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Check your icon. Make sure you're still subscribed, because I ain't gained any more subscribers. I complain about that every time. I'd like to hear your comments. Just keep them squared away, And as always, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.